The Minecraft Aquatic update was way more important than you realize. Alright, listen, I get it. 1.13, or the Update Aquatic, as it was officially called, was certainly very divisive. 2B2T, the famous Anarchy server, famously stayed on 1.12.2 for years because 1.13's code changes made the game run much worse. We'll get into those code changes later. Additionally, there just aren't that many mods for 1.13 because of those same code changes, which was a major reason why 1.12 remained a popular version for mods for a long time, and popular mod packs such as RLCraft just stayed on 1.12. But at the end of the day, the update that was 1.13 was very important. And I think I have a few reasons why. Let me take you on a quick history of the oceans in Minecraft. First up, water was added in 0.0.12a. It was something, to say the least. The fluid simulation was very botched since every block was essentially a source block, meaning that water would flood any space if given the opportunity. Also, now instead of a void surrounding the, at the time, finite world, a 1 block deep ocean with a bedrock floor surrounded it instead. And that was how it was all the way up until InDev, and by that point the ocean was a little bit more oceany, but then came InfDev. And now water bodies became a little bit larger, and while they may have been supposed to have been oceans, up to even beta 1.7, these oceans were not that large, maybe more like lakes. Beta 1.8 changed that. Now oceans were enormous, and land masses were really just islands. Just look at this scene map from release 1.6.4. Now, luckily, by the time we got to 1.7, this was improved upon, and now oceans were a little bit more reasonably sized, and our current oceans, even up to 1.21. Whatever we're at.
So apparently we're at 1.21.11. Yeah, I don't really keep up with the updates, to be honest.
Are still about this size. And I'm sure, as you might have noticed by now, there's an issue with these oceans. They're bland as shit. Alright, so, let's find an ocean. I loaded onto 1.12.2. Let's go find an ocean for us to take a look at. Alright, I think that's an ocean monument, so I think we're just gonna go over there. What the fuck are those sounds? Anyway, by now we do have ocean monuments and Prismarine. That makes the oceans a little bit more interesting, but besides that, there's absolutely really nothing. First of all, it's also really dark, and swimming is a pain, right? Because there's no of the modern swimming and everything there's nothing like that. You just kind of have to go around like this. And these oceans are really barren too. I'm gonna give myself night vision here, just so you guys can see a little bit better. But as you can tell, the ocean fog is really thick and dense, and the ocean floor itself is extremely barren. There's almost nothing going on here except for ocean monuments and your occasional squid, but these don't really offer anything particularly useful. Before 1.13, oceans are kind of a waste of time. Oh, cool, lamp. 1.13 changed this. It added a lot of different things to the game, and just to name a few: coral, kelp, conduits, turtles, tridents, drowns, dolphins, different types of fish, phantoms, buried treasures, shipwrecks, and more. New ocean biomes were added, and now the oceans were finally worthwhile, because before, with how bland these oceans were, you would be likely to see them as just useless and a pretty big inconvenience to deal with. Now, they are actually interesting. Before 1.13, every block, item, effect, whatever you name it, had a numeric ID. This ID was what the game would use to refer to it. Let's do a basic example. Let's take the sand block. In versions with numeric IDs, the sand block had the ID of 12. Another block, the crafting table, took the ID of 58. A wooden pickaxe had an ID of 270, and so on. Now, this is generally a pretty good way to go about things. Numeric IDs are much more efficient to process and store, since computers at the end of the day deal with numbers. But there are a few drawbacks to that system. If you want to run, say, the /give command, you would have to use the numeric ID in order to give yourself the item. This was pretty inconvenient, as you can imagine, since this would require having to either remember a whole bunch of IDs or you'd have to consult a list or table to figure out the ID you need. Not only that, but as Minecraft evolved and added more stuff, the number of IDs were running out. Block IDs especially, because you could only have about 255 block IDs, and by 1.12 there were hardly any spots left. You could save some IDs by using what's called block data, a 4-bit number that would store block variants and the like, but it wasn't gonna be enough. Also, IDs were a pain for modders, since if two mods had an item with the same ID, they could not work together. Something needed to be overhauled. In 1.13, something known as the flattening happened. Numeric IDs were entirely phased out, and in their place we had name IDs, which had existed since 1.8 anyway. This solved a lot of the issues that numeric IDs presented. However, name IDs severely altered the game's performance, and not in a good way. The game now ran a lot worse, and it took many updates past that for that to be made up for. In any case, this was still a major turning point for Minecraft. Now, the amount of things that could be added to the game by both the official developers and modders was unlimited. The developers could now add however much they wanted with each update, and modders wouldn't run into the issues of ID conflicts that plagued the modding scene for so many years. This paved the way for bigger updates to come to the game. And speaking of bigger updates,
I'm not gonna spend too much time. I've been out here for way too long. But I'm gonna talk about why 1.13 was the start of a new age for updates. By the way, it's all gonna be one take because I think I might freeze, because I think my hands might fall off if I have to keep taking my gloves off. So let's think to the update that came before it, right? Version 1.12, the World of Color. Added like colored beds, concrete, I think. Check me on that one. At the end of the day, I do think that has something to do with the flattening, because, well, when you don't have any block IDs to work with, what are you gonna add anyway? But still. And not only that, updates across different editions of Minecraft were separated, right? The World of Color was only for Java Edition. Pocket Edition or whatever didn't have it, right? But after this update was released, the Better Together update came out on Pocket Edition, Consoles Editions, whatever, and joined them all together into this one single version, Bedrock Edition, as it's known now. Anyway, after the Better Together update, which joined all those versions together until one update, Bedrock Edition. This was when the updates across Java and Bedrock started to become the same, right? The Aquatic update, 1.13, was the first to be released on all editions of Minecraft at the same time, both Java and Bedrock Edition. And it's not the fact that it just, revamped the oceans. This was the start of a new era for Minecraft, because 1.13, it might have revamped the oceans, but then 1.14 after it revamped how villager trading worked and added different professions and basically added slavery to the game. 1.16 after it revamped the whole nether, added nether biomes, added more structures like the piglin bastions, and gave a real use for gold, so now you could finally trade gold with piglins for other things. 1.17 and 18 revamped the caves, right? This was the start of a new time for the game. And while that may have dwindled by now as we start to see more smaller updates, this was a new era for the game, which had once seen very little added to it for so long, and players were beginning to feel bored about it.
so I think we've covered a few reasons on why 1.13 is a significant update, but we haven't really experienced 1.13 that much, have we? So, what do you say that we go ahead and experience some of this update? Hello everyone and welcome to Lost at Sea, a map for 1.13.2, actually made by me, although it wasn't made when 1.13 was the main version. I didn't even have Minecraft at that point. I wanted to have sort of like this segment be almost like Subnautica in Minecraft, and then there's not really a whole lot of great options for that aren't very modded. Like, I wanted to be able to do it in this version of the game, vanilla. And there's not a whole lot that offers that experience. Because, like, most of the underwater challenge... I should probably play. Most of the underwater challenges and stuff are mostly, they're just people going like, hey, underwater challenge, and you're just in a dome for the entire time. There's, like, nothing, like, sort of, worthwhile there in terms of actually exploring the ocean around you. Like, having that sort of sense of exploration. But that's what we're doing here, actually. So, I am Romano Naticasa. I depart from the port of Alicant to escape my sentence. I bid farewell to my friends and family, but this is a decision I must make. I shall sail to the other continent and make this journey be as easy as possible. I should also write that if... Who the f*** writes like this, okay? Who writes like this? The family tree shall not draw its last branch with me as the leaf. As did my father and his father and his father. There's a legacy I'm obligated to leave behind. Man, shut the f*** up. I mean, what do we do? What do you think we're gonna do? That's right, we're gonna do some basic fucking mining. What's that over there? So there's glowstone right here, and there's a bubble. Oh, what's here? Oh. Atyra Living Quarters, number 374. Managed by Kalia Severe. Like I said, you're gonna find out I was not very good at naming things. I hope maybe that's gotten better over the years. I have a strong feeling this is the area, and that strong feeling is made even stronger by the fact that I have this magma right here. Raw cod. Oh God, what must have died here? Atyra farm number 374. Hey, 374 was with living quarters too. There's that. Okay, Yagul and Janos Sever. I think down here, if I remember correctly, is the... this are the trees, yeah. And this is sort of lit up by glowstone, and I didn't clear the area of the stone variants, because I fucking hate these stone variants. Who the f*** gives a shit about andesite and... diorite? Who the f*** cares about you guys? Rail. It just says rail. That's very informative. But yeah, this is a rail. I remember, I think I played this once with my friend after a while just to see how it was. And we noted there's like a huge coal vein here, I think. I think this is what we noted. Either that is an iron... There's an iron vein in here somewhere too, but I don't exactly remember about that. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, shit. Yep, here it is. Here it is. So there's a whole iron vein right here. I never noticed this until we actually played it. Do you reckon this is how, like, James Cook was, like, living? Was this how he was, like, striding when they were, like, discovering the Cook Islands and shit? Yes, we appear to have been shipwrecked on this remote area. But on the bright side, we do have the people that live underwater that have been ravaged by a horrible disease that are also trying to attack us. But on the bright side, hey, I was feeling very nice. There's no real challenge to this map if you think about it, right? Because, well... Oh no, on one hand you can say, oh, you're stranded in the middle of nowhere with nothing, but like, I provided a whole farm for you here. There's trees over there, there's a whole like respawning animal thing right here. Like, I pretty much have you guys set. I'm trying to make like a utopia here. Let's take one of the many minecarts. Oh god, there's a whole bunch of music discs and the Diary of Kalia. That's probably not important. You know what is important though? What? I'm on easy. Oh, hell no. Well, on one hand, there's drowns outside, but on the other hand, none of these guys spawned. So, what were we gonna do? Oh, yeah, we're gonna check out, like, other places. Oh! That's one of the tridents? There's a lot of dolphins here, too. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, this is one of them. I'm not even gonna mark the coordinates. I have an old text file from when I was making this map that still has all the coordinates down. Ah, here it is. These look so weird because I don't think they're, I don't mean to do that. I don't know what's up with these leaves, but they look so weird. But yeah, it's supposed to be like my little custom biome down here. I think this is, what I was talking about with like the massive looking cost. So I didn't really do a very good job hiding the treasure. Treasure just basically shows itself. Fine holy sh**. A note, potion of water breathing. Yo, let's go. This reads, always look for a big stick of gravel jutting out of the ground. I bet. that another trident? Or is that the same one that we just came from? I don't know at this point. But that could be the same one too, like who knows at this point. I feel like this is the same one we saw earlier, but you know, with all this ocean stuff, you never do much fishing actually, do you? Which is why we're gonna kill them. I got 2 rock cod, that's pretty much enough. I think what the game is incentivizing you to do, or sorry, what the map is incentivizing you to do, is just like swim around, find stuff. First trident, that one. Second trident, that one. Third, that one. So those will basically tell us where to go. So I think. You guys see this? We don't question around here. It's a big there's a big bunch of dirt. More water breathing. I'll take it. I've already found like 2. Ah, yeah, it's like right there. I have a feeling this is where I made the, where is it? Oh, could this be, oh, I think this is it. No, definitely. Oh, yeah. You can already tell it's gonna be a great play. I'm not even gonna bother with this. I'll show you guys after we complete the rest of the map. Because for now, I think we've gotten most of the map down. So what's it? We got all of those coordinates. We have to triangulate it. You know what I mean? So I just realized there's a creeper over there. Should we say hi? All right. Negative 32, 38. Oh my god! I just realized. Oh my goodness, I put it right next to a spot. There it is. Oh yeah, that's definitely it. Alright, I'm gonna raise up. I just realized I have a bunch of water breathing potions that I'm not using up. Zoinks. Oh, I think that's into the void. Let's see here. I don't know. Oh, wait. It's making the weird noises. I don't know why I have carrots on a stick. That's weird. Tripwire here, and if I go through... Congrats. You opened a rift.
Huh?
Wait. Given the circumstance, opening an interdimensional rift between the 4 universes, thanks to you, along with the unfortunate conditions that surprisingly had been met when you made contact with the object, you just broke the fabric of reality itself. Good job! Yeah, I think that's what I was supposed to do. Oh, here it is. Alright, so if you remember this hole here that we found nearby the 3rd trident, right? This goes down, actually, into this long-ass cave. But this is the cave, right? And I think I was inspired by the Kaizo Caverns here, the super hostile maps, essentially. Because I made this extraordinarily difficult. There's diamonds right there, that's cool. This is not easy terrain to traverse. We're fine here, because then you can go through. You get some OP-ass armor, mind you. We got the carts here too, and you guys are gonna take the ride down. This is just a long-ass rail to the end of the game. Yep. Just enter here and...
Kaboom! Yes, we go! Kaboom!
You know, this map is pretty cool, so you know what that means. You know what love we have to give to it.